So is Huber enough, or do some GOP lawmakers believe a second special counsel is what it's going to take to get to the bottom of what's happened at the FBI and DOJ? Well, let's ask one of them. Let's bring in New York Republican Congressman Peter King, who also sits on the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you very much.
All right, what do you make of what we heard from the Attorney General today? You heard Ed reporting there that Chairman Goodlatte and Gowdy have said it's a step in the right direction, but they have been very clear they want a second special counsel. What do you think?
Yeah, historically, I have been opposed to special counsels. However, I did feel this was one situation where it was warranted. I still believe that. I would not underestimate what the Attorney General has done. So I'm probably in the same position right now as Trey Gowdy. This is a significant step, and it does show that the Attorney General is considering criminal prosecution here. This is a criminal investigation. That's the terminology he's been using. So this is more than just somebody looking at it. This is an experienced prosecutor looking at very serious allegations. And if I were people at the top levels of the FBI, I'd be very concerned right now. Again, I think a special counsel is the ideal, but I wouldn't write this off. I wouldn't minimize it the way some people are.
All right, here's what the Attorney General said in his letter. He said the appointment of a special counsel by design is reserved for use in only the most extraordinary circumstances. I'm confident that Mr. Huber's review will include a full, complete, and objective evaluation that is consistent with the law and the facts. He noted that since these regulations regarding special counsel went into effect since 1999, there have only been 2 occasions. Why do you think this rises to the level of making it a third?
Because of the fact that we're talking about top levels in the FBI, the Justice Department, who could potentially be involved, and that makes it more difficult for somebody within the Department of Justice, including a U.S. attorney, to follow this all the way. Now, again, Mr. Huber apparently is very highly regarded, and again, this is a step forward, but I do think more could be done. But again, I want to give the Attorney General credit here, and I don't want to diminish what he's doing. Also, Shannon, if I can say, there's such a really a web at the top of the FBI and the Justice Department. I think we have to consider even in addition, something else, almost like we had in New York, a NAP commission, where we get judges and former U.S. attorneys to look at the entire operations as to what went on here at the highest levels of the FBI and the Department of Justice. But I know this is a separate issue, but I just wanted to put that out there because really this is, and I've been a great defender of the FBI, but what we've seen over the last year is really distressing. And again, I think let's give Huber a chance on this. Let's not rush to judgment and, demand perfection here. I think this is a significant step by the Attorney General.
Okay, so we have the Inspector General at the Justice Department looking into a number of these issues, and we now have word that the senior U.S. attorney is also looking into several of them. Are you confident that you're going to get the answers to the questions you have about what happened with the FISA warrants, about what happened with the Hillary Clinton email investigation? Do you think that one of those 2 or both of them will get you the conclusions you're looking for?
I am more confident than I was before. And I think also the Inspector General, Mr. Horowitz, is extremely able, extremely aggressive. And while he does not have criminal powers per se, he can make referrals. And I think the combination of U.S. Attorney Huber and the Inspector General Horowitz is a pretty potent force right now. Again, ideally, it would be a special counsel, but this is a long way down the road. And I again, think that Jeff Sessions should be given some credit for this, and it shouldn't be written off. We shouldn't, diminish this or demean it. And from everything we've heard, the IG report coming out from the Inspector General, from Mr. Horowitz, is going to be extremely significant. So again, we're a long way further down the road than we were, several weeks ago, several months ago.
Are you confident that we're going to get information that any of these investigators or congressional committees are seeking from the FISA court about the application, about what went into their considerations? Because, it's another branch. It's something totally different. And they have been, it seems, resistant at this point to make anything public. It's a very secretive by its nature body. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and it does raise issues as to who should have access, even if access is given, because the whole idea of FISA is being kept secret. But again, I think there should be people who should get access to it, This is, again, so extraordinary. People are so caught up in being anti-Trump. But when you think of a presidential campaign, that there was this type of investigation, that there was actually a FISA warrant issued on the flimsiest evidence, and what seems to be, in many cases, manufactured evidence, this is really significant. I mean, if it's true, and I was part of the Nunes memo, I agree with it, and if our allegations in there are accurate, this is really extremely significant that again, a campaign for President of the United States, that this type of criminal investigation was ordered of that campaign. It's really extraordinary and really unprecedented in American history.
Well, we understand that Huber has been investigating at least since November, according to this letter today, so we may be closer to answers than we think. Congressman Peter King, always good to see you, sir.
Shannon, thank you very much.